Hi, welcome to Grow New Plants. So today I'm going to plant some more of these red yucca plants. And this is one that I planted, I think it was from 2 years ago. It probably would be bigger. It needs to be upplanted into a bigger pot already. But they're really cool looking plants. They put the big plumes out and they put the big red flowers all over them. They make lots of seeds. They're easy to take care of. You can't hardly kill one once it starts growing. And I've grown some of these before on my channel, and I don't remember if I grew them all the way out and showed results on them. I'm trying to do more of that this year. I'm going to try and show planting seeds and results all in the same video. A few of them I went ahead and posted, and then I'll do follow-ups on. But this year I'm trying to do more. So this one is going to be a results video. So we're going to plant the seeds today. We're going to let them germinate till they make decent sized plants, and then we'll come back and look at them. That'll be the end of the video, so you'll see they actually do make plants. Okay, now we can see the seeds. So they're just these little black, flat-looking seeds, and they just pop out of those make the little seed heads. And there's sometimes 20 or 30 of these seeds in one little seed head. So they make lots of seeds. I wetted them down a little bit. They really haven't been soaking. They're still pretty dry. These have been stored. These seeds are 2 years old too. I just did another planting of some Tabasco peppers that the seeds were old. And my oak trees I planted this year, the seeds were 2 years old. So I'm kind of going through the theory, and I know my oak trees are already starting to come up. So I know that those 2 year seeds, those I had stored in the refrigerator, but they're in there for 2 years and they're germinating pretty good already. They've been in there for 10 days already, and I think I already got 3 or 4 of them already popping up out of the soil. So we're going to put just one of these in each of these holes. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 32 of these. I'm real bad about it. I call 4 times 8 and I come up with 36. It's 32. I've said that in a couple videos, so if you see that, I apologize for that. I realized after the fact that I'd done that. So we're just going to take a set of tweezers, and it doesn't matter how the seed goes in there. Just take it and just press it about a ½ an inch or so down into the soil. Nothing to it really. So we're going to get all these in here, and then we're going to water them in. And these are my Rootmaker trays. So you'll see when we pull these things out, hopefully we'll get some big enough in the video that they're ready to be transplanted into 1 gallon containers. And you'll get to see the kind of root systems that come up on these things. These Rootmakers are really good. They air prune. They got little holes all down inside of them, and they prune the roots. As a taproot grows down and it hits the bottom, or it hits an opening, and then the air prunes that root. And just those, no different than, I'm not sure, I may have end up putting 2 in one of these holes because I'm talking and not paying attention. It'll, just like when you prune a limb on a bush or something, you know, it branches out. Well, roots will do the same thing. So it just keeps pruning these roots over and over again. So instead of having just a couple big roots growing around in circles in a pot, you'll have a big old fibrous root system. So they really are great. So I'm going to fast forward through getting the rest of these in here, and then we'll get them watered in. So today I'm going to pot up the red yuccas that I planted earlier this summer. I planted 32 of them, and I've got 16 that came up. I had 50% germination, but I don't know if I talked about it in the first video. These seeds were old. They were like over 2 years old, I know at least. So, but they still did well. I've pulled a few of them up. They don't have big root systems on them yet, and I don't think they're going to in these pots. So I'm going to get them up potted, and then let them give some fresh soil and fresh fertilizer. And then hopefully the roots will take off, and then they'll put out a new shoot of growth. Okay, so I pulled a few of these out already just to kind of look to see, and they would not come out with the soil, but they came out with the roots. And they look really good. The roots look good, they're just not huge roots. And that's just the way these things are. So they're a desert plant, they're not gonna put out huge root systems. So I'm just gonna take them and plant them back at normal height, back in there, and then these are gonna be in some fresh soil, fresh fertilizer, because these things have been in there long enough, they probably just about depleted the amount of fertilizer that's in there. And I've done these before, and this one here was a really pretty small, but I think it's going to be fine. I think it'll take off. Like I said, fresh root or fresh fertilizer, fresh soil, it should take off and do just fine. So I'm going to plant up probably these 4 right here, and then I will come back and just time lapse through the rest of them. See, it's the same as that first one. It's still a decent root system. I know it's not what we're used to, seeing them come out of the Rootmaker pots where they completely fill out these pots and come out as one big solid clump of roots, but these are just different type plants, so. But they're going to be fine. You know, I've got some of these that I planted from a couple years ago that are huge. They're really, honestly, they're in 1 gallon pots and they're ready to be transplanted up into 5 gallon pots, so they're really nice. So we'll take one on camera here and just pull it out of the soil. We'll pull out one of the bigger ones here and just see how much of what comes out with it. Just pulling real slow. Same thing. It's got a lot of roots, but they're not filling out these cells, but they'll be fine. So I'm going to, you know, I went by Lowe's today to pick up some stuff, and they had these things, 1 gallon pots of these with maybe, I don't know, I'm guessing what these will be probably next summer. Or sell them for $14.99 at Lowe's, which is, I think, is crazy, but things sell pretty good. So anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fast forward and I'll get the rest of these potted up, and then we'll come back and take a look at all of them. Okay, so here they are all potted up, and I did it with 16, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16, so I got 50% germination rate out of these things. And these things should take off pretty good. I'm guessing, you know, they'll probably double in width and height and everything within the summer. They ought to be good sellable 1 gallon plants, I think, by the end of next summer, maybe even the middle of summer. So anyway, I appreciate you watching. Please like, please share, please subscribe. Thank you.